Yeah, what's happening, guys? It's your boy JD the Goose Forex Masters Mentor. So, guys, on this video, guys, I'm just gonna be sharing with you the pairs that I'm looking at for the course of next week, ne? So, without wasting time, guys, let's get into it, ne? Obviously, over here on my screen, I have DXY, which is one of the most important pairs that I always analyze before everything, ne? I hope you all now know the importance of DXY, ne? DXY is our USD currency, which is a pair that tells us like how does the United States dollar is going to be looking or behaving for the course of the week or for the course of the month, ne? So obviously over here, guys, I have this chart on the monthly time frame. That's where we're going to start analyzing it. So on this pair, guys, what you really expect from me is that I'm going to be analyzing with you DXY. So let me just take this thing out of my mouth. I'm gonna be analyzing with you DXY, JPY index, EURUSD, USDJPY. Obviously, hence we have JPY index name, and we also have DXY. And we also have gold over here, and I think I'm gonna analyze with you USD ZAR. So this video, guys, I just want to make it short. I don't want to make it long, ne? So without wasting time, let's get to it. DXY, as you can see on the monthly time frame, this is the structure that we have, ne? We have this nice ascending type of a structure with multi-touch confirmation, as you can see on our diagonal supporting trend line. This is what we have. Sorry, on our diagonal supporting trend line, this is what we have. You can already see from the weekly time frame, from the monthly time frame, bigger time frame structure, that we are looking for more, for selling opportunities. Now, this pair is kind of looking it's kind of showing some sell vibes than more of a buying vibes. Ne? So this is my low over here on the horizontal ray, and I'm also gonna cater for my high. Ne? So from the monthly time frame, quickly I'm gonna go to the weekly time frame. As you can see from the monthly, we just saw that this pair has to push to the downside. It is from the third touch there, and we're expecting it to push to the downside. Ne? Let me just make sure that this trend line touches exactly where it's supposed to. Ne? So as you can see, guys, over here we are already starting to show those selling opportunities. We pushed to that third touch over there, as you can see, we pushed there, and then we are now coming to this area, and we are still looking to take this one to the downside. So quickly, guys, I just want to notify you about something. Let me mark this area over here because this is where the low started. Ne? As you can see, guys, if I take this fib level over here and I take it from there where the impulse ended and take it to where it started, you can see that if I take it like this, this is how it's supposed to be. We are on the 50% level of this fib level over here, and normally, guys, take note on this one. Normally on the 50% fib level of 50% level of Fibonacci retracement, that's where we tend to get those bigger continuation patterns. We are on the amber zone. This is our waiting zone, which I'm going to show you on the smaller time frame what I'm talking about. So we already know on our bigger time frame on the weekly, we are on the amber zone. That's where we're going to be expecting those bigger continuation pattern to form before we can have an overall sell. Let me show you what can happen on our DXY over here. As you can already see, guys, let's say this one has already given us two tops and two bottoms. From here, we can expect this push. Don't mind my drawing here. We can expect the push to the upside, somewhere around these areas. Then we sell to the downside. If I connect this, we'll see that we kind of had some sort of a continuation pattern over here, which is happening on the weekly, which is going to take a while for it to develop and for a while for it to sell off. So you just have to be able to trade inside this bigger continuation pattern that might be for me over here. So quickly gonna go to the daily time frame to show you what I see on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, guys, as you can see, if I use the trend lines, this is the structure that we can have. As you can see from this area over here to this area over here, this is the bigger continuation pattern that I'm talking about, which you might be looking for this one to at least push to the upside from this area and head to our third target over here. Then from there on, that's when you're gonna start seeing those bigger sales coming in the market, those bigger commitment of sales coming in the market. So for now on, guys, you can already see from the daily time frame that we are already looking for buying opportunity because this one. So normally I trade it like this. Let me show you. I like to use the horizontal rays. This is my high. This is my high of a structure. Then this is my low of the structure over here. We can already see on the daily time frame on how we approach this low. price action, guys, it always leaves a clue. Ne? It always leaves a clue. You can already see on how we approach this one. We approach this area over there with some sort of a descending type of structure, which is a reversal pattern for us to complete this that touch over here before we can commit to the sales. Ne? So guys, let's dive to the 4 hour time frame to see how we're gonna be able to take in the entries to the upside for the course of next week. Ne? So on the 4 hour, this is what we have, guys. Let me just make sure that I catered for the most uh, important areas. I don't make mistakes. I don't like making mistakes because, guys, mistakes can cost you a lot. Ne? So this is how we approach this area. Ne? You can see that if I take this trend line from this area and cater it from here to there, you can see we are having this nice descending type of a structure with multi-touch confirmation. As you can see on our diagonal resisting trend line, this is what you get. Ne? This is what we get, guys. You can already see that we are looking for buying opportunities. If you are one of those people who trace the patterns like me, you already know what you are looking at when the market is showing this type of a structure. You don't have to be panicking. You don't have to be complicating things. You just have to keep them clear and simple as possible as you can. So as you can see, guys, we tapped on this low and then we pushed to the upside, and then we come back on this low. We tapped and caught the traders on the wrong side of the market. Quickly we pushed inside the structure, and then we are now expecting another push to the upside. So those who are trading the patterns, when they saw this, they already knew that what they are looking at, they are looking for this one to break the low, caught the traders on the wrong side of the market, get back inside the structure and push to the upside. So I remember I discussed this trade with my boys over here. I told them that DXY is gonna be buying for the course of next week because of this and this. I explained the scenarios, and like what I can see is that it happened over here. I'll show you on the 16 minutes time frame because we had another entry over here which I was not comfortable with me taking that entry because it was not clearly confirmed that it is going to push to the upside. So guys, let me just mark this area over here as our first target, the 90% rule of this descending type of a structure. As you can see on the 1 hour, we are already here, guys, and the pattern that I'm talking about, it is this one over here. We had another reversal type of a structure over here, which I was not able to take this one because the way it formed, ne, it was not yet confirmed. I was like, no, bro, you don't have to be taking this entry because of fear of missing out. You're gonna get another entry, ne? Just let this one give you a clear convinced push to the upside, and you're gonna get another entry. Because I remember I was thinking of getting in somewhere around these areas, and my stop loss obviously was just gonna be below the pattern. If I got in, I was gonna be maybe let me just put it over here. Ne? You can see that this is how I could be running. Ne? So obviously, guys, I didn't get in. We are now looking for buying opportunities. Ne? So this is what you can be expecting. As you can see on your left, when you look on your left, this is what we get. We got over here. Same thing that you can get over here. What you get on your left, it is what you're gonna get on your right. So that's when we're gonna expect this one to push to the upside. So let me just show you exactly on how I forecasted it. A clear push to the upside. I want it to give me two tops, ne, or three tops, and then a clear push again to the upside. Then nice pattern over here, a nice continuation pattern, a bull flag. Then I'm more than happy to take this one as my entry to the upside, ne. So with this one, guys, if it happens to form like this, I'm gonna be looking to take a risk entry somewhere around this areas. Let's see, somewhere around this areas, I'm looking to take a risk entry and go with it to the upside, to the 90% rule of the structure. Or in case if I miss this risk entry over here, and another reduced risk entry is still a thing, still same thing. My stop loss just somewhere around these areas below the pattern, and then we are killing it to the upside. So another possibilities on this one that may happen is that if we tend to get this, guys, you see over here we had some sort of an hook point here. So if the market is really rejecting on that hook point and we dive to the 50-minute, and we tend to get exactly what we are forming over here, and we tend to get some sort of a continuation pattern over here. I'll understand that this one might be not be buying exactly where I wanted it to buy. It might be at least pushing to the downside, maybe a little bit to the downside. Give us a clear double top, double bottom. I mean, sorry, give us a clear double bottom, getting back inside the structure, and then from there, that's when we can expect the buys. But this is my orange forecast, guys. My first focus is the one that we have on the 1 hour. Ne? So about this one, we just have to be aware of it because it is also something that can happen with this one. Ne? But nonetheless, guys, we are looking for buying opportunities on our DXY. Ne? So I just wanna copy something like, okay, get it something we can expect something of this nature over here. I think I didn't cut it well. Ne? So I just wanna like cut it from this area. Yeah, I think, yeah, if we get something of this nature, I'll be more than happy to take it as my entry to the upside, ne, guys. So this is how we gonna be taking our buys. So you don't have to be complicating things, guys. We just have to have 2 or 3 scenarios on how the market can unfold itself. Then from there, you just have to stick to those scenarios. And when they happen to show up, don't hesitate, guys. Just make sure that you take the entry with this one. If it happens to be like this, I'm going to take a reduced end risk entry because of the certain reasons based on my trading plan. Ne? So yeah, so this is how it is, guys. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Ne? You can already see that our DXY is buying. So let's check our JPY index. Ne? Because we can already see that our dollar is buying. What about the JPY index? With this one also, I'm gonna start it from the weekly time frame. As you can see, guys, on the weekly, this is what we have. This pair has been pushing to the downside, forming lower lows and higher lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then we are still expecting it to push to the downside, as this is the characteristics of this pair. So on the weekly, we can already see, I can say we had this type of a structure, some sort of an ascending triangle over here, or a symmetrical triangle, depending on what you call it. And remember, guys, the name is not important. The important thing is when you understand the psychology behind every pattern that is forming in the market. Ne? So if we tend to have it like this, obviously I can say this one is going to be selling until the 90% roll off where this pattern has started. Ne? So this is the weekly time frame, guys. I'm not going to be analyzing it from the weekly. I just wanted to show you some other possibilities on the weekly. Ne? So I'm going to remove everything and jump to the daily time frame. When we get to the daily time frame, that's when you get to understand and have a clear picture on how this pair is unfolding itself. Over here, guys, we can see, everyone can see we had a double top over there. And after we got that double top, let me just mark my low first, before we can start doing everything. Okay, I don't know what's happening. My net. Okay, after we get that double top, we're expecting this one to push to the downside, because at first, guys, I was looking for this pair to push until maybe around this areas over here. But unfortunately, let me just even cater for this area. But unfortunately, we didn't get to that area. And I also understood that we don't have to get to that area. I just have to be perspecting everything that I know about the market and taking advantage of every opportunity that I see on the market. Now, remember, guys, when you see an edge, you just have to define the risk and take the trade. An edge is nothing than one thing having a higher probability of happening over another. So quickly, let me check something. Obviously, you can see after this double top, we had a push to the downside, and we're still expecting more pushes to the downside, because if I do this, someone may say we have an ascending type of a structure over here, which is gonna be more like we're forcing it, which I'm just want to show you. I'm not gonna leave it like this. So this is how we can have it. Ne? But quickly, let me just go to the 4 hour, guys. In the 4 hour, as you can see from our double top, let me just make sure that I cater exactly where it's supposed to cater. We had 1 hour, 4 hour trace candle over there, sorry. And then from there, guys, we had this hook point area over here, which held the momentum over here. As you can see, this being pushed to the downside and from an entry over here. I believe there was an entry over here on the 1 hour 50 minutes time frame, somewhere over here, guys, which I didn't calculate. Somewhere over here there was an entry, and there was also an entry over here, and somewhere over here there was also an entry, which I'm gonna show you. So obviously I'm gonna cater for this one as my first target so that you can see where are we going. Let's go to the 60 minutes time frame. We are looking for selling opportunities on this one. You see the hook point that I was talking about, it is somewhere around this area. So me understanding that okay, we are just somewhere over here, guys. Ne? On this pair, guys, I can say we had a double top somewhere over here. We had a mini double top over there, and then we had an entry over here, which was somewhere. Okay, let me just make this one white because I can't see it. We had an entry over here on this after this double top, guys. The first continuation pattern after double top are the most probable ones, ne? And then we had a push to the downside. So let me show you what I'm looking at for the course of this for the course of this week. So I understand that we have this structure over here, some sort of an expanding type of a structure, which shows me that we might still get a little push to the upside before we can commit to the sales, ne? Because we have an incomplete structure. The way I see things, we have incomplete structure on JPY index. So we just have to be aware of that when we are taking our entries. Ne? Understanding that since we broke this area over here, this is the area that we broke. We broke this low, ne? We broke this low. Let me just make it like this. Remember, we broke this low, and this is the high that make this is the hook point, ne, that broke the low, ne. So obviously this one is the strongest one. So I'm thinking if this pair, the way I see things, this pair hasn't retested this hook point over here. So what we might get over here is our not the first possible scenario, but this one is the second possible scenario which I'm going to show you. So if we get some sort of a rejection over here, third touch, and then a push to the upside, ne? And then a push to the upside, retest this hook point over here and give us a third touch on our nice expanded type of structure. Then from there we're gonna maybe see the sales coming in the market, and then we are more than happy to take them to the downside like this, ne? Somewhere over here we have some sort of a rejection over a reversal type of a structure over there. So our risk entry somewhere over here is gonna be our thing, ne? Retesting this hook point over here. As you can see, we never retested it, ne? So if we don't get that, guys, my another possibility is that we might get some sort of a continuation pattern over here, coming to this low, tapping again to this high, and then boom, we are sailing to the downside. This is the type of a patterns that we're gonna be looking at when the market opens on Monday, ne? Let me just make sure that I draw this one correctly. Tight flag continuation over here. I'm more than happy to take it to the downside, guys. I'm more than happy to take it to the downside, ne? This is how I'm going to be taking my entries. Unless something happened and then we get a clear push to the upside and then main continuation pattern, the 50-minute time frame, I'll understand that we are now getting coming to this area. After tapping to this area, that's when I'm going to be expecting the sales to the downside and adjusting this one somewhere over here. We just have to be aware and be able to read between the lines and as an entry over here, and understanding that if even if we get some sort of a continuation pattern, some sort of a continuation pattern, we might see this and be like, okay, this thing is now selling, and then the market amaze you and still push it to the outside. I've seen a lot of these things happening. So there's just other possibilities that are there in the market. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this because me by myself, I know what I'm looking at when the market opens. So I hope you guys saw my forecast, and don't forget, just keep them in your head so that when they happen, you know what you're gonna do. You don't get shocked. So from JPY index, I'm gonna go to Euro USD. Remember, guys, our dollar is buying, which means we're gonna be looking for selling opportunities on Euro USD. So Euro USD from the weekly time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna start it from the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, this is what you can see, guys. Let me just like this. On the weekly time frame, guys, that's what we're gonna get. Che, sa you senior fella video yang on my Z. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry about that, guys. I was disturbed by this other friend of mine. So, but I'm back again, guys. As I was saying there, we are gonna start this one from the weekly again. Quickly, as you can see on the weekly time frame, we had this low over here, which we broke the low and then get back inside the structure, which we might be suggesting that this one might be heading towards somewhere over there. Ne? We are not sure about that one. We're just suggesting from the weekly time frame. Ne? Quickly, guys, from the weekly, we're gonna just zoom in and cater for our low. Let me just use this one as a low, recent low, and use this one as a another recent low, ne? So that I can have a clear picture of what is exactly happening on this pair. Ne? Again, I'm gonna from the weekly, I'm gonna jump straight to the daily. On the daily, guys, you can see we're kind of forming some sort of a double top at the middle of nowhere. But the question is this double top gonna hold, or what is happening over here? What I understand is that, guys, we might be forming that continuation pattern, then the bigger one, pushing to the downside, tap into this area, and then still pushes to the upside. Then, based on what we see over here, don't mind my drawings. Ne? I'm just showing you what can happen. So on this double top area over here, I'm also gonna be marking this area over here as my first take profit net, because I'm already looking for selling opportunities. As you can see, the daily candlestick over here, we just got the daily retrace candle. As you can see, the tweezer tops over there. You can either call it as a tweezer top or a daily retrace candle there. So as you can see, we closed in inside as a structure. So obviously we're looking for selling opportunities on this one. So quickly, we're gonna go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, let me just zoom in. On the 4 hour, this is what is happening, guys. Ne? On the 4 hour, this is what is happening. We have this pattern over here, a 1 2 3 pattern. Okay, let me just change this one back to where it's supposed to be. And then we have this one also. As you can see, guys, we already have a descending type of a ascending type of a structure. Sorry, we first touch over here, second touch over here. On our third touch, the market tends to caught the traders on the wrong side of the market. The mass psychology suggests that the market has to caught the traders on the wrong side of the market. Before they know it, the market gets inside the structure, and then we are selling to the downside. Exactly what happened over here, because I know most of people, when they saw USD breaking this high over here, they were expecting it to retest and push to the upside, especially those who are trading support and resistance. But me seeing this one having this pattern towards the double top, I was like, okay, bro, you know what you're gonna be looking at. You don't have to be hasty and making hasty decisions, because at the end of the day, you're gonna lose money. So you just have to be aware on how you take your trades. So I waited for this one to push outside of a structure, and we had a mini double top over there. I took and sell, I remember, and I was taking out somewhere over here. I didn't last on this trade, man. Now I'm still looking for this one to take this one to the downside. What we are looking for over here, we are looking for a nice continuation pattern, and then we are pushing to the downside, man. So quickly, we're gonna go to the 60 minutes time frame. Okay, sorry, 60 minutes time. So obviously, guys, let's see. Let me just adjust my trend lines there and there on, so that I can have a clear pattern. Eh? This is gonna be my first target over here, the 90% rule of this ascending type of structure that we had over here. And obviously, guys, on this one, we're just gonna be looking exactly at the selling opportunities continuation pattern somewhere around these areas. Is something that I'm gonna be more than happy to take it as my sell to the downside. Maybe another patterns, obviously not even maybe, obviously another patterns are gonna be for me in case you missed that other one. Eh? So this is how USD I'm looking at it. Ne? This is how I'm looking at USD to play out for the course of next week. Ne? So yeah, quickly, guys, from USD we're gonna dive exactly to USDJPY. And remember, guys, JPY index is losing value, and it has chances of forming short buys and long sells. Ne? So if dollar is buying and then JPY index is selling, we're expecting our JPY USD JPY to be buying also, because the dollar is strong and the JPY index is weak. Ne? As you can see with this one, guys, what you get on your left, it is what you can expect on your right. Some sort of an double head and shoulder pattern over here, and then we push to the downside. Ne? So yeah, I think I'm done with this one also. This is what you can be expecting for the course of next week. Again, I'm gonna quickly switch to USDJPY. Let me check something. as you can see, my USDJPY index, guys, I'm quickly gonna start it from the weekly. I think this one even needs me to start it from the monthly, but so far I'm just gonna zoom it in like this. As you can see, if I cater for the from this area over here, I remember I had this pattern over here. Let me just clone it, and then this is how I have it now. So this is our ascending type of structure that we have over here from the weekly time frame, from the weekly time frame. And obviously for now we are looking for selling opportunities, as you can already see. So this is my high for now, and then this is obviously the low, first low, and then obviously the lowest low is this one. So with this one, guys, it is also on the 50% retrace, 50% level of our Fibonacci retrace, as you can see. We're on the 50% level over here on our waiting zone, the amber zone. Remember, on the amber zone 50% level of a fib, we are looking for bigger continuation patterns to form. So with this one, you can already see we are starting it from the way we're gonna go to the daily. From the daily, this is what is happening. As you can see, we have this high over here, and if I take it like this and be like, okay, bro, this is what we have, you can see that, guys, we are heading to a third charge. We are heading to a third charge of this pattern. You can already see that we might be pushing towards this area, and then from there, boom, we're gonna get the sales to the downside. Without wasting time, let me just remove these drawings and get to work on what I saw with you. And again, guys, we have to understand that this is kind of an impulse to the downside. This is kind of an impulse to the downside, and we are now on a continuation pattern, which you must still get the sales from this area over here. We just have to be aware of that, and then we broke out of this the structure, and then we get back in, and we are forming this. Just have to be aware of this pattern over here. There's this pattern over here, which we just have to be aware of. You see, guys, this is what can happen, and then from that area, boom, the sells to the downside. So quickly, I'm gonna mark this area over here as my low, and then this one over there as my high. I think not even this one, guys, this one, I have this area over here as my high, my hook point. Because of what, guys? If you look at this one very well, guys, please don't make the background noises. There are other students making noise. They're just in the kitchen making some food, and obviously, guys, my room is near the kitchen, so you just have to understand that I won't go to them and tell them, bro, you're making noise and beats and stuff. It's gonna be like I'm rude. So we just have to, you guys, as long as you guys can hear me and understand me, that's it, guys. And then we have this ascending, this as descending type of a structure, which the market broke out of it, and then after it breaking out of it, we look at this area over here. We understood that we pushed to the upside, then came back to this low over here, tested this low over here, and then remember, guys, this low is the one that broke out of the pattern. Then we tested this low over here, and we are still expecting more pushes to the upside. Quickly, we're gonna go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, again, guys, we have to understand that on the 4 hour, we have this pattern over here. We have another descending type of a structure over here. We have another descending type of a structure over here, guys, which we are still looking for it to push to the, which you are still looking on it to push to the upside to this 90% rule of it. As you can see, we haven't even reached to it. So this is going to be my first target there, because this is how I see this peppering up. And guys, keep in mind that we still have this pattern here. We just have to be aware on how we're going to be reacting when we go to this area, somewhere around this area. You'll see somewhere around this areas also, we'll see how does this thing react, because this is the clear This is just a clear ascending type of a structure for us to get the cells ne? So yeah, now we're gonna focus on this one. And there I'm gonna go to the 4 hour, as you can see. I mean from the 4 hour I'm gonna go to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I get this. We retested this low over here. Remember, yeah, I don't know how, but this thing happens to touch some over here. And after that, we didn't even get it, guys, but we get a clear push to the upside, and we had an entry over here, which I got in early on this entry and ended up taking a loss. Ne? I remember I got early on this entry and ended up taking a loss. I was supposed to get in like this, somewhere around this area. Stop loss just below, and then obviously the target is gonna be up there, ne? There at the top. Somewhere, let's see, over here is how much. You can see that at this high it was already 3%, which is 3 to 1, which is something that we are looking at, ne? And nonetheless, guys, this is the pattern that we have. USDJPY, we're gonna be looking for buying opportunities on Monday when the market opens, not literally when the market, after the market opens. Obviously, when I wake up at 6 o'clock, doing my things, doing my routines. Then when I get to check the charts, that's when I'm gonna start looking. Okay, how did this one unfold? How did this one unfold? How did this one unfold? And then from there, I'm gonna be sharing this signal with you guys. And please make sure, if you are not in my Telegram group, please make sure to join with the link on my description, as I'll be sharing the signal with you guys. And guys, if you wanna trade with the best broker, I'm also gonna leave the link on my description. Make sure that you sign up with it. So with this pair, guys, we are looking for selling, for buying opportunities. We are looking for buying opportunities. Nonetheless, other things are lies. USDJPY, we are looking for buying opportunities, unless if something happens to change. Something like that. Let me show you. If we have this trend line over here, and then this one happens to push, boom, push outside the structure, and then push inside the structure, boom, continuation pattern to the downside, we're gonna understand that okay, this thing respected that pattern. Remember the pattern that we have. Okay, let me just wait my to load. Yeah, I remember the pattern that we have over here. In case this one happens to like boom, push it out of outside the structure and then come back in, we're gonna be looking to take the sell somewhere around these areas. You're gonna be looking to take the cells. So if it happens to do it like this, but if it doesn't do like that, form only just from a continuation pattern to the upside, we're gonna be taking it to the upside to this area over here. And obviously, this one over here is my first target, the 90% rule of this pattern over here. I know that now I'm just making things more messier, but I bet some of you will understand me on this one. So obviously, guys, I think I'm just gonna leave this trend lines like this, so that I can be able to understand what I was looking for the course of last week, when I was analyzing. Because sometimes you tend to put some things and forget about them. And after a while, the market has played out. You'll be like, "Oh shit, bro! I saw this, and the opportunity is gone by that time." So this is how we have it. USDJPY buy, EURUSD sell, dollar sell, dollar buy. I mean, and then JPY index is a is a sell. So the last pair that I'm gonna analyze with you is gold, guys. It's gold because gold is also showing some nice opportunities. Gold, you're gonna also start it from the okay concept. We're gonna start gold from the weekly time frame. Okay, PC, don't waste my time. Okay, on the weekly time frame, you can see that this is our high. We're gonna just start by catering our high. This is our high on gold, and obviously this is my low for now. I had this low before, and then the market broke out of the low, because the traders at the wrong side of the market then get back in. So now I'm gonna use it as my lowest low. And to be more specific, I can also use this one as my recent highest high. Then from there we're gonna jump to the daily time frame. On the daily, as you can see, guys, on the daily, someone may be like, okay, bro, we're having this pattern over here, which is something that I believe is more like you're forcing things. I don't usually take my trend lines to ways too low. But something like this is also possible. Obviously, we're not going to be working on it. You can see, guys, the way gold is pushing to the upside, it is losing momentum. You can see around this areas over here that the momentum has changed. You can see over here we have been impulsing, and once we go to this area, we started losing momentum and we created a pattern which might sell from that area and come back again, or tap into this lows and then pushes to the upside. We don't know, ne? So quickly we're gonna dive to the 4 hour time frame. Hey, my network is starting to be slow, or I don't know, maybe it's my PC acting up. And I believe maybe you guys can hear me very well, because sometimes when the network is like that, you tend to hear that you guys were not able to hear me clearly. So if I cater it from this area, you can see, guys, we had a structure over here. Not even from that area, guys. Ne? I'm gonna show you from which area. From this one, ne? This is the one. From that area over there, we can see. Bro, how did I have this one here? So this is gonna be the 90% rule of this pattern that we just formed over there. As you can see, guys, the market respected the structure. We had first touch over here, we had second touch over here, and then this was our third touch, and then push, boom. We're still expecting this one to push to the downside. Let me quickly go to the 60 minutes time frame. Let me just adjust my things now. There and there on, there and there on, there and there on. I think my training was somewhere from this area. Yeah, you can see it was from that area. I remember now, because I analyzed this pair before I can even come to you and be like, okay, guys, this is the pair that I'm looking at. Obviously, I analyzed this pair before. Yeah. So this is how I have it. As you can see, guys, we are close to this high over here, but in the meantime, guys, we rejected over there, and I got an entry over here to take this one to the sell to the downside, because that's what I've been looking for. There's no way I could see that entry that I've been forecasting and not taking it, because I remember last week when I saw gold for me the structure, I was like, okay, if we get it was somewhere around this area. Yeah, I was like, if we get a clear push over here, and then I'm gonna be looking for continuation pattern to take it to the downside. So exactly what I forecasted is exactly what we got. Somewhere over here we had an entry, which I believe some of you took it. If you guys were able to see it, some of you might be able might saw it and not be able to take it because of fear, because obviously fear is one of the most things that happens to make people let go of the trades. And when the trades has already gone, you be like, oh shit, I should be making this, you're making this. You know, guys, when you see an edge, just make sure that you define the risk and take the trade, so that you don't want to be on this, oh, I should have there, I should have, those should have mindset is gonna kill you in the long run. As you can see, the entry that we took over there, guys. But I was taken out quickly by break even, because I remember I took my entry over here and my stop loss. My target was somewhere over there. My stop loss was just above the continuation pattern. I was looking at 4%. Yeah, it was 4. So my stop loss was somewhere over here. Then obviously we up. I was checked in some over here, pushed to the downside. Some when the market was somewhere over here, I moved to break even, and this one took me out with break even. Eh? And then from there on, I never got another opportunity to get a trade. Ne? That's why I'm looking at this one to take it to this, take it to the downside when the market opens on Monday. When I wake up, if I find gold developing like this, that's when I'm gonna know, okay, now gold is selling, push to the downside. Okay, let me just even use my brush name, not use the, what is that, the puff, they call it the puff. So this is what you can be expecting, a push to the downside, eh? Push again to the upside, boom, second top, a third bottom, and then on our third touch there, boom, we're gonna be looking for take a risk entry over here. This one's supposed to touch ne, Somewhere over here, we're gonna be taking a risk entry, boom, to the downside. Yes. So obviously you can see, guys, on gold we are looking for selling opportunities. On USD we are also looking for selling opportunities as these pairs are positively correlated. Ne? So yeah, this is how I have it, guys. Ne? This is how I have it. Unless if something happens to change on gold and we get this type of a structure, which I forgot to show you on USD. But if you're one of those person, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. We have this area, ne? Or I can say we have this area over here. We have this low over there, which if I separate my trend line, which if I attempt to separate my trend line and understanding that we tapped into this low and then broke inside the low, for if I still get a clear push and then get, okay, let me just throw it very well, push, convince, push, and then continuation pattern some over here. I'll be more than happy to take this one to the upside, because I'll be understanding that okay, we broke this low over here, we caught the traders on the wrong side of the market, we get back inside the structure and then we form this, and obviously this might be a move to tap into this highs before we can commit to the sales. But this is my second focus. Ne? The first focus is the one that I just showed you. Ne? The one that I just showed you, this one. Ne? So it's your boy JD, the Great Forex Masters Mentor, guys. I'm signing out. Let me just do some other thing, guys. We'll see each other on Monday when the market opens. And make sure, guys, you join my Telegram channel, because that's where I'm going to be sharing these signals. And make sure that you sign up with the best broker that I'm using right now. I'm going to leave the link on my description. It's your boy JD, the Great Forex Masters Mentor, signing out.